Good afternoon, Stitch Roadies. Welcome. It has been a day of mixed weather. A little bit of rain, a little bit of sunshine, quite a bit of wind though, because the clouds are huge and puffy and they are moving quite at a nice clip today. So most of the day so far I've been spending in the beehive, trying to get organized because I do have some things to share today, and I'm glad you're here. If this is your first time, thank you for giving us a try. If you want to stay around, please subscribe and I'll take a thumbs up from you. It has been quite a busy week. It has been a busy week trying to organize, trying to decide. I kind of realized it's March, and it kind of freaked me out how that kind of came upon so quickly. And so I said, self, you need to make some decisions about the rest of the year because time obviously is going very quickly. And Nashville Needlework Market is this next weekend, and there's going to be more loveliness in my future, and I'm sure in yours. I did write some notes down because there was no way I was going to remember everything. So if I look down, it's at a piece of paper on my desk here. Okay, so what should I do first? Okay, I think what I'm going to do is haul. Just get it out of the way. And I probably showed you this before. This Erin Elizabeth Believe. What came up this week, though, for me is in talking to Janine, who is the proprietress of Acorns and Threads, I've decided I want to do it on 56 count because I want to see how tiny that, if I can make a little hanging ornament. I just think it'd be so sweet. But finding a kind of blue where it doesn't look black, but it's blue, but not baby blue. You know, we always want that perfect shade of color. In 56 count has been, I haven't found it. So she thought that maybe Atomic Ranch or something. So she's going to look when she goes to market for me. But I really want to do this one on 56 count. I think it will make an adorable, sweet little ornament. I also got some fabric. They got some fabric in, and Fox and Rabbit 36 count at Acorns and Threads called Dust Bunny. Nice, just, you know, no drama fabric. And then this one is a 40 count Fox and Rabbit paper bark. There doesn't seem much different. Oh, there is a shade. You can't really see it, but there's a shade difference between the two. Yeah. So I picked up those two. I do have to admit ahead of time, I'm not sure about you, but I have to admit ahead of time that when I looked at my organization for today's floss tube, I realized that I am not set in my ways. I know that we as individuals kind of have our likes. Like some people like Ada, some people like linen, some people like 40 count linen, 56 count linen, some 32 count is their sweet spot. I find for myself that I don't have a sweet spot. I like it all, but at the same time, I guess and it goes, and that could be said also for How I stitch in hand, I stitch in a hoop, I stitch on a Q-snap, I stitch in a frame. I don't know if that's because of my ADHD, which I don't think of as a negative. To me, it's like I have no limits then. I can pretty much try anything. And I have found that true this last week as I've been stitching. So more about that as I show you what I've got going. But at Acorns and Threads, they got in a lot of Lady Dot Creates velveteen, and so I bought 3 colors because one of my goals this year is to make another drum. Yeah, so I got these 3 color of velveteens, and I have a lot of trim, but I just really like this Lady Dot Creates mushroom. So I picked that up. And then from the Fat Quarter Shop, I picked up this chart designed by Lori Holt, Bee in My Bonnet. And I picked this up because it is a saying that, or a poem, I should say, by Emily Dickinson that my pocket robin and I mean, sometimes we would chant this poem. We'd be at work, or we'd be talking about our kids, or something going on in the world, and we would chant this poem. I mean, you're talking about 30 plus years of this poem. And so when I saw that it had been charted into a cross stitch, I thought, I have to do this. And this is the Hometown Neighborhood Birdhouse. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. Yeah, this poem, sometimes you'd be walking down the hallway of the hospital and you'd say, hope is a thing with feathers. Yes. I did want to talk to you today and give you a review of some cross-stitch frames. Now, I stitch on 4 different, this is why I'm telling you ahead of time that there isn't one way for me, and there isn't a favorite, actually, which is quite interesting. Each way is perfect for what I'm doing. So, needless to say, in the evening, when I'm working on my designated stitch, I use a Q-snap with a Lowry frame, because it fits over my chair that I sit in when I'm watching television. And you know that my designated stitch is No Time Like the Present. That is a beast. Let me just tell you. That is a lot of stitching. I'm glad I chose it as a designated stitch. Sometimes I wish I hadn't, because it's going to be a year-long project, let me just say. Even at I figure it'll be fall. But here I am on this. It is just an amazing stitch. It's just amazing. I just love it. But Q-snap on a Lowry frame. I have Teresa Kogut's Land That I Love. I'm not bringing it over here because it's too heavy and big. On an Elan frame. And what I like about the Elan frame is that it is a tabletop Elan frame, but the fabric is perfect. It's rolled up on 2 wood dowels, and it's perfect, and it's always set there. the thing I don't like about the Elan frame is I am not as coordinated in how to change it out to other scroll bars. So my Land That I Love is the only thing on there till it gets done, and it is a beast also. So it works. You have to sit at the table, and I'm glad I have it. The fabric never has to be pressed. It's absolutely perfect. But it is, for me, a one project at a time frame. Yeah. Now the next one that I use is a Patoki. This was a gift, a birthday gift, and it is a piece of furniture. And by that I mean it is crafted in such a beautiful, beautiful way. It comes in several finishes. I chose the cream because I thought I don't want to compete with colors or anything, so I chose the cream, and I really love it. It has to be used at a table, or at least if you had a counter over your chair. If you if you were in a recliner and you had a surface like a TV tray or something, you could set it on that and then stitch on it. It will fit a hoop. Any kind of hoop will fit in this. Also a Q-snap. And I do like the way when you turn this to like deal with the back, like you have to move the thread over. It's truly just a really a craftsman, actually just a craftsman piece of cross stitch frame. And on it I have my Sunshine Stitchers Quaker Sal. I could easily change out to other projects on other Q-snaps or hoops or whatever will fit in here, and that is very convenient, but also mostly at a table. I stitch mostly right here. Now the newest product was one that Fat Quarter Shop sent me, and I really am excited about it. Mainly, I mean, the reason I wanted it was because I have become a Nerge hoop fan. Not a nerd hoop fan, but a Nerge hoop fan. I am a nerd, but it's the Nerge hoop that I'm talking about. Yeah. So, I like the Nerge hoops because not only are they reasonable, they you rarely have to adjust your fabric. They just, once you set your fabric in the hoop, it's good to go. Yeah, it's good to go. And so on the Fat Quarter Shop, I found that they sold a Nerge stand. And so here's the box that it comes in. The great thing about this is $55. My Patoki stand was over $200. This is $55. The challenge for me initially when it arrived was putting it together because unfortunately, I don't know if that's the right term. I don't read directions. Directions are kind of lost on me. So I am like fly by the seat of my pants. Let's get this sucker together. This looks right. And so twice I put the bolt in the wrong way until I finally realized by looking at the picture that these black bolts are all on one side. Yes, it did take me a moment to recognize that. But I am liking it. Now it's very adjustable. You can see it has joints on it, kind of like a robotic arm. And this stand that it's on is huge and stable. I figured I could glue like a magnetic bowl of some kind or a pin cushion on here, and it holds the Nerge hoop. And on this one, I actually took this to Mountain Stitchers, which is the cross-stitch group I belong to that we meet in Sandy, Oregon, that is facilitated by Beth Twist of Heartstring Samplery. So in my own mind, because this is the way this works, I always stitch on a Heartstring Samplery at Mountain Stitchers. That's if I have questions, the designer's there, and it kind of gives me that focus. Oh yes, I'm going to Mountain Stitchers, this is what I'm going to work on. So I was able to take this in my bag, and people were curious about it because it looks different. This is all wood. These are all wood joints, and these are plastic screw things. And then the top here is that kind of a, it's what the Nerge hoops are made out of, kind of that plastic. What I can tell you about this is that this is called a Nerge stand to fit Nerge hoops. Q-snaps will not fit in this, and if you have a hoop that's kind of a wide hoop, it won't fit in there. The smaller, thinner ones will fit in there. And I found that with the Nerge hoops, I had to load it upside down so that what I would consider the top of the Nerge hoop goes at the bottom, and the bottom's screwed in there. I like it. For 55 bucks, this is awesome. Very adjustable. You know, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 joints that can be adjusted to any position you are sitting in, any height of table. You can also set this on a TV tray or a counter, and it will work great. So this is from the Fat Quarter Shop, and 55 bucks. Yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome. So that's why I say that there isn't one. I'm not like a I am monogamous in my relationship, but that's about it. Otherwise, everything else is opened. Yeah, and so let me just show you one more time. See Nerge. And then here's a close-up picture of that right there. I mean, for 55 bucks, you cannot go wrong. I am going to show you, I'm going to show you what I've been working on, but first, because I have a pile of stuff, I am going to reveal my addiction. And that, I know we have all kinds of things that we are passionate about. I have a really hard time when I'm at Acorns and Threads walking by a countertop that has a cross stitch that is part of a kit, and by kit I mean it has the stuff that it was supposed to be made into. Not the cross stitch, but the other stuff. Well, let me just show you. Okay, let me just show you. And I realized that I was buying these things and then not stitching them, but I had everything to completely finish them. And so I decided that this year was going to be a year when I get a couple of these things done. So I'm going to show them to you. So here is a heart in hand. I mean, it's so little. I mean, really, probably a day of stitching. So that's there. And at Acorns and Threads, it has the beads in it. But it came, I mean, I bought also the bowl that this is mounted on top of. So see what I'm talking about? It's that combination of stuff. So I have that. Every time I see this, the sample of this at Acorns and Threads, I say, I've got to get that done. So this fall, I think this is going to be a fall. So here it is. This is a beautiful, beautiful stitch, pumpkin stitch by Kesslin, who is a local designer for us. And it is mounted, I mean, it's stuffed. It's made into like a pillow. It's like a drum, but it's square, and it fits in this box. So can you imagine how beautiful that is going to be when this is sitting inside really tightly in that box? So yes, have that one. Here we go. Snow Magical. All kitted up. Have the thing to put it together. Yeah. I don't know. I just wonder what it is that makes me. Now this one I really want to do sooner than later. A Girl in Her Garden. Because I want to do a drum. I do want to do a drum. And I have everything. This is fully kitted. So it's got the fabric, the threads. I have the little wood thing and the velveteen and the pin. The pins that go in it. Yeah, yeah. Did that stop me from pre-ordering for Needlework Market? No, not at all. Not at all. Okay, next is When Flowers Bloom by Brenda Gervais. Isn't that just lovely? And, you know, I do love me some red. And apparently, unbeknownst to me, is that I had started it. So I have the wood box, but I didn't realize till I was gathering this stuff up to have a moment with you here that I had already started that. And this is it's on some kind of Ada, I think. What did it say in here? Oh, and I even have the little pin that goes in it. That's so cute. Yeah, so I think this needs to come out. I didn't even realize that I had started. And boy, that house is so cute. Yeah. It'll make me feel better if I get this, one of these things done, that I bought all the stuff to do it. Here's a little sampler, ABC sampler, and it has the little wooden thing in there. Yep. This one in this bag, let's see what this is. Oh, this one is a sweet little pillow by Heart and Hand, and it just has the fabric to, gosh, that would, I could do that in an afternoon. I'm not even putting that away. That needs to stay out here to, and then Praiseworthy Stitches, Haunted Caskets, Haunted Casket. And there's the casket, wooden casket. So you can see that there is a theme to this. And what that theme is she has little control. little control. You know how every month I have a star that I get for either a Christmas stitch or a Halloween stitch. Well, I finished both the little bit of stitching I require to get a star. You know, one can't make it too hard. Is it's a Brenda Gervais Old Tannenbaum, and I finished one section. And there's the section I finished. It's not going to show up real well because it's so muted, but I love how, what a mutant it is. Yeah. And so now I have to pick the next section, and I'm kind of thinking I might do the center one just to not pick another real involved one. But those snowflakes, that's going to be a lot of, oh look at, there's a needle. Oh, it must go to this one here. Just put that over here. Okay, and it goes in this box. Yeah. So there is I do have that, yeah. We all have something, and that's my something. Yeah. And so I also did some stitching today on this one because it falls into that same category. And it was so funny because I did some stitching on it when I realized that this was a Nashville exclusive kit from 2022. And now it's 2025. And it is the cross stitch collector. The only thing about this one here is I'm not real fond of her. So I'm not sure. Maybe if her face wasn't too white. I'll have to make sure. See, she looks a little pale to me. But I have the wood. Yep. So getting that one done. So this week, as far as stitching has gone, I finished that one block, one of the blocks on that Brenda Gervais one. Keep making headway on the designated stitch on my cross stitch collector. I have cross in, and it's not that big. I should be able to finish that in a timely manner. And then on the new stand with the Nerge hook, the Nerge stand from Fat Quarter Shop, what I was stitching on was the Heartstring Samplery What a Time to Be Alive. This is from a few years ago, not way far, but we had Mountain Stitchers, like I said, at in Sandy, Oregon, and I got a new roller frame to try out. Sorry. Sorry about that. I hadn't turned the sound off on my phone, and it made me jump. But it was our friend Cheryl. Yeah, Rusty Ribbons. So, and she was calling about cross stitch stuff. So always lovely to talk about that. So where was I? Oh, so at Mountain Stitchers, like I said, I always like to stitch something that Beth had designed. So this is What a Time to Be Alive. It was this one here. Oh, there goes the poodles. Yay! I just love those poodles. But it's a nice group of people that come up from all, some people travel quite a distance to get to the Mountain Stitchers. And Sandy is like not far from Mount Hood, if you are familiar at all with Oregon. But we gather together and everyone's stitching on all these wonderful, beautiful variety of cross stitches. It's just so awesome. And sometimes people come and share things. And so Desiree had brought a whole bunch of these little thread things and was giving them away. And so I took this one because it's not that I use thread in this way, although I'd be tempted. But I just love this, and I think I'm going to stain it and put some ribbon on it. Yeah. Which is so funny because on this particular project, I do use that. This is by Joseph's Workshop. Yeah. Oops. Okay. So that was what I was working on at Mountain Stitchers. Now, as far as what I've got planned for the near future is, like I was saying earlier, it's already March. That totally blows me away how that happened so fast. And so I decided there were a couple things that I needed to start because I want to do them for birthday gifts and for my sons. And so this was one of them. I just love this one. And this is Artisy Cross Stitch. And I will put the link in the drop-down box. I will put the link in the drop-down box. And so I kitted it all up in DMCs, and I've got them all ready to go. And I chose this fabric out of my stash. And I believe this is a 32 count. Yeah, I believe this is a 32 count. I tried to measure it like Janine does with a ruler, and I don't know. But I've got that one that I need to start. His birthday isn't until September, but my younger son's birthday is in June, so we have, So I have that fabric on the way. I ordered it, I believe I ordered it from 123 Stitch. And let me see, I have a photo of it. It's funny, I bought the PDF, and the PDF did not come with a cover photo. But this is the chart. So it's a Lord of the Rings chart. And look at, I held it up to the, not the lens. So, oh boy. Sometimes I crack myself up. Anyway, I ordered some black fabric, and I wanted it, because I've never stitched on black fabric, so I ordered it on a 32 count even weave to kind of help. And then I have some thread already in my collection that will work for that. And so that has to be done by June. Stitched and framed and done by June. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and I have this last week, I mean, like the whole last couple weeks of February, I would get up out of bed at night and go into my bathroom, and because my bathroom, where the tub is located in my bathroom, it's a freestanding tub, and so it has windows around 3 sides. and I would go stand there and look up at the sky because I wanted to see the planetary alignment. I have a perfect view of it from the back side of my house. And because we live in an area where there's not much light, you know, it's kind of like night sky city. And so there isn't, you know, it gets really dark. It gets really dark. I could see those planets. It was just amazing. It was so just amazing. And so I did that like 3 nights in a row. I got up and went and stood in there and was like looking up at the planetary alignment. Yeah. It enhances the flow of cosmic energy. So I figure my cross stitching might have some cosmic energy in it. Yeah. The other weird thing that I wondered about, maybe some of you might know, is, you know, I bought this amaryllis. It's a flower, if you're not familiar. I bought it at Trader Joe's, and it was like a bulb covered in wax at Christmas time. Apparently that's a Christmas thing, the amaryllis. And it's supposed to bloom 1 time. Well, mine bloomed 4 times. I couldn't, it kept blooming. It was like amazing. And so now what it's doing is it's still in the wax ball, but it has 2 green leaves about this tall. And I'm wondering, will it live till next Christmas, really? I've never been known for my green thumb. I've never been known for my green thumb. Okay, we have come to the portion of this floss tube where I get to brag about one of my grandchildren. So I went over to visit my grandkids, and the 7-year-old, you know, it's so cute. I have never been, when I was growing up, I was never in the in crowd, like no one saved a seat for me, any of that. But so it's kind of fun to have these 2 little boys fight over my attention. I know, I shouldn't gather joy in that, but I kind of do. And so they both were trying to vie for my attention, so I had to divide it up. And so the older one, who's 7, he's reading Harry Potter, and he's in book 2 of Harry Potter. And so I told him, well, bring it down the family room and read out loud to me while I play Hot Wheels with the younger one. I was flabbergasted. I'm bragging here. I was flabbergasted at his reading. I mean, he just was reading along, and I thought, wow, okay, that definitely is impressive, if I do say so myself, as his grandma. And I told, you know, my son and daughter always laugh because I always say, oh, my grandchildren are just so, which they are so advanced. But she said he is, I don't know if it's a level, but where most of the kids in his class are like at a level 5, he's at a level 13. It'd be great if he crossed it someday. He'd probably be pretty good at it. But I remembered that I had some little cross-stitch kits. And so I'm going to do this for his birthday. And it is Harry Potter bookmarks. I don't know, I can't even remember where I got them from. But here are 2 Harry Potter bookmarks. So I'm going to whip those up. Oh, and look at here. This is really interesting. It says, create with Ukraine. Oh, made by Personalized Design, Ukraine, Kiev, It's www.personalized.design. Hogwarts Express and the Goblet of Fire. And I think what I'm going to do, and we'll have to see if he notices, is, in this Goblet of Fire, there's the four characters of the Goblet of Fire. I'm going to substitute one of the names for his in there on one of the tickets. That would be a total crack up. Wouldn't that be a crack up? Yeah. Yeah, so I think I'm going to do this one first. Yeah, so that'll be fun. Cross-stitch bookmark kits. Made in Europe. I wonder if I got these at Joann's years ago. It seems kind of like, like something they would sell. But I don't remember where I got them, but it says it's made in the Ukraine. Wow. Interesting. We are connected in more ways than one, aren't we? Okay, so that's it. I think I'm finished. I hope you're all doing well. I'm looking forward to what comes out of Needlework Market. I did pre-order some dreams, and I already think I know which one I'm going to start first, but it's not until you actually get them in hand. And so we will have Needlework Market at Acorns and Threads the following Saturday, which will be really, really fun to see what everybody's doing. So on the agenda are the birthday gifts and a drum. A drum is in my future. Yes. Okay, you guys all take care, and I love you guys.